All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
Ain't no rules.
There is no plan.
No safety net.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
The Three Nose Podcast.
Oh, pitter patter, let's get at her.
1792.
Not usual. Summer's
Usual.
apple.
Yep. Yeah. So
welcome to the Three Nose Podcast.
Hi.
I'm Jason.
I'm Mike.
And we're going to talk.
Yep. And we were just before we turned this on, we were watching Rammstein.
Rammstein. Yeah, I'm a late adopter to Rammstein,
Yeah.
but I enjoy what I've seen. I've seen 2 different concerts.
Yes.
And a couple of their videos. Like, I don't understand a word they're saying.
Nope.
Doesn't matter.
Nope.
I get the entire spectrum of emotion that they're trying to display.
Yes.
With some amazing stagecraft.
The stage presence that each one of them presents is wholly unique to them.
Yes.
So Till, the lead singer, he is so much larger than life. Whereas Flake, the keyboardist, is in real life, he's terrified of strangers.
Really?
Yes. So that's why he's always looking off to the sides of the stage, to the wings. He doesn't like.
And that using the whole treadmill effect just gives them an excuse to be facing in that direction.
Exactly. That, and in the fact that it gives him something to focus on other than. So
that's wow. Never see. We never think of psychological. I know psychology students and all them. I know they do all that.
Yeah.
But us laymen, we never think about the psychological meaning to how artists operate.
For the most part, yes. With my wrestling, me and my other guys, that in my clique, we were very conscious of the psychological effect that we're trying to present.
Right.
Because
I hadn't thought of that.
we're trying to elicit an emotional reaction from complete strangers from the actions that we take in the ring, the facial expressions that we display in the ring, the stuff that we actually say to the crowd from the ring.
Yeah.
And the whole idea, there's the psychology of a wrestling match is very real.
That book, there was a BTE joke.
Yeah.
Kenny had that book. It was just looked like a little notebook of the book of ring psychology.
Yeah. As much as BTE and those guys poo-poo wrestling psychology, it has gotten us to this point from the days of Abraham Lincoln.
Yes.
So it has worked.
Yeah.
And the reason that it works is because the emotional psychological animal, you're playing on that part. Mm-hmm. That's why you have to have a good guy. Why you have to have a bad guy. You have to have rules.
That I shared a YouTube video of, it was like 9 wrestlers who should have biopics, and here's why. And one of them was Gorgeous George.
Yes.
Who you could, some would say, was the first to go into a kayfabe direction.
He really, because of his flamboyance at the day that he did that, it was all about the manly man. Mm-hmm. And you have a guy like Gorgeous George come out with a pink robe, the bleached blonde, long curly hair, tossing out gold baby bobby pins to the crowd. That's what he would do. And he had a valet that she would spray perfume.
Oh, wow.
As they were walking, because Gorgeous George could not abide by the smell of the common man that was watching him. So I can't remember his valet's
I've
name.
never heard the detail.
Oh, yeah.
I've always heard just the rough.
Oh, no.
This is what he did.
He did that. He played that up to the hill. You was the OG ambiguous wrestling character. And then you get guys like Adorable Adrian Street, and everybody else plays off of that. But it all comes down to Gorgeous George dressing in a pink robe, bleached blonde hair.
And he knew that would work the crowd.
Yes.
Boom. He was the first to start using ring psychology.
No.
No?
No. Everybody was using ring psychology. He was the first to take it in that direction.
Okay. All right.
So you're mixing up character and ring psychology.
Yeah. Okay. I see my mistake.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Gorgeous George, this was like coming off of like war era kind of thing. So everybody's manly man, and he took it in such a different direction. And everybody's going like, what the actual, who is this? I hope this guy gets his ass kicked. And promoters are going, that guy looks like money.
Yeah.
So, and he was money.
And yes, that's why I would love to see a biopic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So
that may be a niche market, but as we saw with The Wrestler, they could pull off some surprise hits, I think.
Yeah, you do something like that. You do those 9 wrestlers that you talked about. You make a little docu-series on Netflix or something like that.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do. Give each of those people an hour, and you just hit the points.
Yeah.
And you're going to go.
Yeah, one of those, like they've done it with like comedians and whatnot. The I Am series.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, they also like, it kind of plays into the like Dark Side of the Ring type docu-series like this.
Yeah, I need to get into that.
I think I watched the first season of it, and it was just like, oh, this is hitting way too close to home for me.
I saw one episode by sheer chance. I saw the Schultz.
Oh, yeah.
The slap heard around the world.
Yeah. So, funny story about that. There's a thing going around in Ontario Indies. There's the youth movement is trying to get rid of the toxic vets.
Okay.
The toxic vets are going, we ain't going anywhere. Mm-hmm. There's to the point that merch is starting to be made.
Oh, boy.
So, there's a couple toxic vet shirts that kind of look like biker cuts kind of thing.
Okay.
Like toxic vets, Ontario kind of.
Okay.
Like in the square patch at the bottom where it usually says MC, it says KF. Kayfabe.
Ah, okay.
So, and another shirt that I saw that I want to get my hands on, a bunch of my toxic vet friends had it, and I saw it, and I went, I need that shirt. Black t-shirt, white letters. All it says is, ask John Stossel. I saw that. I need that shirt.
I don't know. Would I be allowed to have a shirt like that?
Probably not.
Okay, then no. But damn, that's a good one.
That's a good shirt.
That is a good shirt.
Yeah. So
since we're on the talk of wrestling,
sure.
AEW, man, they're firing on all cylinders right now.
Well,
at least for me.
The only thing that I like I told you the other night, I said I'm only paying attention to certain things about that.
Yeah.
The only thing that really caught my attention out of last week's rotation was the CM Punk Eddie Kingston confrontation.
Yes.
And I'm just like, that was fiery.
That I don't know. Is there some shoot going on?
No.
Okay.
No. It's all
okay. cements that, okay, they are that damn good.
They are that good. Eddie Kingston is a phenomenal promo.
Kingston, I am totally sold on his promo work.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He's done it. They did it as a joke, a gag thing on BTE for a little bit where they would just walk up to Eddie and say, Eddie, cut a promo on this Cheetos bag.
Yeah.
And he would fucking do it.
Okay, here's the thing. Guys that were weak doing promos would getting in the cars with the vets that knew how to do good promos, and they were making them cut promos on that guy's car, this bag of Cheetos, this. That's how you got your education about how to get better in the business. Those car rides were classrooms, not just cars.
Damn.
So you have your driver, who's usually either the most experienced vet or the second. The passenger almost always is the most experienced vet.
Okay.
The back seat is the classroom.
Okay.
So for me, it's me driving, Sean Shooter in the passenger seat, and Copeland in the back seat.
Okay.
And if we're bringing up somebody that, like Todd the Lost Shaw,
Okay.
drove up with us one time. Todd Shaw went to school for 2.5 hours, that drive to Hamilton.
Okay. Okay.
Ask me if he retained or exercised any of those things that he learned in his match.
I'm quite sure I already know the answer to that.
The answer would be no. So we spent that much time talking, like trying to convince him that what the way we do things is, air quotes, the better way to do things. Because we're not killing ourselves with unnecessary bumps. Mm-hmm. We're not doing stupid shit. We're telling stories. People, like, when Sean and I's music hit, people were like, what? Like, people were coming up when For Whom the Bell Tolls from Metallica, because we taught those people that as soon as that song hits, 2 minutes later, somebody's getting their ass kicked.
Yep.
So
that's what you wanted. You know?
Exactly what you wanted.
And come on, everybody knows Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
As soon as you hear that, dun, 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 dun.
The whole part of the look, the music, is a psychological thing to get you, the person that paid for those 18 inches, get you excited, get you on your feet, get you to buy that merch, get you to watch that TV, get you to buy those pay-per-views, get you to come back to the next live event.
Glass shatters if you smell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all a visceral reaction.
NWO riff in the early days.
Yeah. I am a real American.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yes. Yeah.
When the height of Hulkamania.
Yep.
When that kicked in, the fucking roof fell off, like blew off of every building that he was in.
That fucking album.
Yeah.
That WrestleMania album was great.
Why? It was a stimulus.
Yep.
And your response to that was predestined.
Pretty much.
But that's the psychological part of this. You look at Rammstein. It's the same thing.
Yep.
You look at the Avengers. Every trailer that comes out, same thing.
Oh yeah.
You look at, because what movie was it that you were getting just completely hyped about, but they kept changing the music?
The first Suicide Squad.
That's right.
Yep.
So the same trailer, different music, and each time you're going like, "This is the greatest thing ever."
Yes. Those trailers were hypnotic to me. I admit, hit trailers, a good trailer like that, you put the right score behind it kind of thing, like, holy fuck, does it get me?
Is that like a psychological trigger?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, imagine
I'm a
that.
fucking puppet. I fully know this.
No, but that is like...
I don't care. I know I'm plugged into the Matrix, and I don't care.
Yeah. No, but that is the whole thing, the whole business is to grab your wallet, wring it out as best they can.
Dude, there is a perfect example of what exactly you're saying right now. The Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yeah.
So we know it's coming. It's like in 2 weeks or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. It's coming soon. And it's got early hype already because they did a complete, like, this is one of the tightest sets in a long time. Yep. They kept things so tightly wrapped. And then they did a surprise screening at a small con somewhere at the end of August. Yeah. Just a surprise screening, and let them have at it on social media. And it was a tidal wave of popular.
Yeah.
They have played the fiddle like Pied Piper, and it is working.
Carrot, stick.
Jason, IMAX.
Right.
Jason wants to see everything in IMAX now.
Well, yeah.
Spider-Man
might be something on that big screen.
Like,
it's just like, whoo. That's a big experience right there. I haven't seen a Hollywood production on IMAX. I've only seen like IMAX movies.
Now, it's not the same. Okay, it's not the IMAX like you're thinking where you're laying in those
the wrapper.
Yeah, the Cinesphere thing.
Yeah,
which yes, you can do apparently. If you want to go to Toronto, apparently you can see Spider-Man in the Cinesphere, I believe.
Oh, my motion sickness, man.
Yeah, that would be killer.
Yeah.
But it'd be one hell of a ride.
Yeah. Yeah, it would.
Take extra barf bags and roll on.
Oh, yeah. You're free grab you grab a handful on the way in and good luck.
Dude, Hardcore Henry.
Oh, God. That was rough enough on a TV screen.
Brent couldn't make it. He and I tried to watch it one night. He couldn't. He made it 20 minutes.
I gutted my way through Hardcore Henry, and I'm just like, after I was just like, oh my God, my head hurt.
I'm afraid. I want to rewatch it, but I'm afraid to rewatch it on my TV
because it's so big.
It's UHD. It's like it's deeper. It's deeper definition. Like a lot of shit looks like I'm watching the Nature Channel reel. Like, you know?
Yeah.
And it kind of freaks me out sometimes because I'm not used to seeing Big Bang Theory that way.
The first high def TV that I got was a DLP, the digital light processor. It had the little spinny thing on it. The very first thing that I had. And all I remember is I clicked it over to, I think it was like Cottage Network or whatever, something like that. And they showed a pine tree, and I could count the individual needles on this. I'm just like, this is amazing.
You gotta love that technology.
Yep. 8K's coming out.
I know. I and again, this is my brain can't process it. I have to see it.
No.
Like the first time I actually saw the effect that I'm getting with my current TV was when the second or third Transformers movie was coming out, or I was out on DVD or Blu-ray, because Walmart was showing it on a bunch of these screens.
Yes,
and it was because I had all these screens side by side. I can see the difference.
Yeah.
And wow, yeah, there was one like 65 inch or something that it looked real. Yeah. Like it had the real texture.
There's a couple times I've gone into Best Buy, wandered through the high end.
That gets weird,
doesn't it? The depth of the picture, it's not 2D and anything, but it's just like ultra high def, and you're just looking at them going like, I've never seen a picture that looks like that before. and it's a movie, and there's no artifacting, there's no pixelation. It's just
I was
like,
watching like baseball and like sports highlights when we were at Leon's a couple months ago while Crystal was doing her deal for her new couch that we haven't heard anything on.
Yeah, you're not getting a supply chain issue.
Yeah, I know. It's probably still in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, probably.
Hopefully it wasn't on that boat that sank. Yeah, so one big boat.
Oh, I saw. I saw. There was they were interviewing the chief of the native band that has their reserve right around there. Yeah. They go, yeah, we've been pulling fridges out of the bay. I'm just like, oh no. But they showed one of the containers smashed up on these rocks, and there's just stuff strewn across the beach.
Wow.
Yeah. He goes, the chief is going like, yeah, this is quite the mess. And that boat's still on fire. So, so he was pretty nonplussed about it, but I was
now, okay, how does this compare to like an oil spill?
Not as environmentally devastating, I think, because it's easier to pick up a fridge than it is.
Yeah, but what chemicals are involved in some of that stuff that's in there, right?
But
you could be getting a different hodgepodge.
Right. But you're not going to see like flocks,
at least hope
flocks
that,
of baby ducks covered in oil.
No, because you would think that at least, except for ones that might be crushed, that most of that stuff would be sealed pretty well and whatnot. Right. So if it just sank and wasn't crushed in any way, it'd be intact.
Yeah,
most likely.
It's not; those containers aren't airtight.
No,
but
as we've seen in thousands of movies,
exactly. You said they're going to fall off a boat; they're going right to the bottom. So you're going to have a sweet artificial reef one of these days. So, but
the atoll in Waterworld,
yeah. Which it's kind of ironic in a very sad way, because I was just watching Mr. Beast and Mark Rober on YouTube. They just started a thing called
I'm familiar with Rober. I know of Beast, but I've not seen too much of it.
They're started a philanthropic endeavor to clean up 30 million pounds of garbage out of the ocean.
Okay.
And there's I guess a giant garbage patch in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Yes,
that's their focus. They're going to try and clean up that.
Okay, there's been news articles about that or something. Something's been pinging my radar.
Yeah,
that's my term lately.
Pinging my radar,
because that's the only way to describe it. Like certain movies that I haven't seen in a while are really like popping up left and right.
Pinging the radar.
They're pinging the radar. So yeah, like Coyote Ugly. I gotta watch Coyote Ugly again. Yeah. So I fucking lost it.
Pothole. Yeah, no. Yeah. So they've started this venture to
right. Okay. Yep.
Like they're taking donations, so they're matching X number of dollars, and the money they're financing these ships. They're very.
I don't know much about Mr. Beast, but Rober, he's like a hyper engineer.
Yeah.
He does amazing engineering work. I've seen him do some interesting like mazes for squirrels.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. That was what he did through COVID.
Yeah. So Beast is just a content creator.
Okay.
With I think upwards of 50 million subscribers on YouTube.
But does he have a thing?
He
or is he one of those? He does just whatever.
He does. He has a couple channel, like Beast does the things where you've seen the stuff where he goes out and he'll tip crazy amounts of money. He'll give people houses. Yeah. So like the money that he makes off of YouTube, he tends to give it back.
Mm-hmm.
So Beast has 3 or 4 channels now. Like one's like a reaction channel. The other's like he does have a philanthropy channel.
Okay.
Where he has like he's bought everything out of a grocery store and donated everything to like food banks.
Okay.
So he's one of the ones he bought everything at like a Playback Sports or a sporting goods store. Contacted 4 local high schools. I said, yeah, Everything here is free. Come get what you need for your programs. So he's doing that kind of thing. And then he does like, I filled my buddy's pool full of millions of Orbeez kind of thing. So,
ooh, Orbeez. Yeah. Or, you don't want to mess with Orbeez like that. That Rhett and Link.
Yeah.
That we're fans of, Good Mythical Morning. They did the thing with Orbeez, and Link got an Orby in his ear.
Oh, that's
and
bad.
He was freaking out. And I forget how they finally got it out, but when he finally got it out, like, you should have seen the sheer relief on his face. It was amazing.
He'd be all right.
He was freaking out.
He's fine. He's fine. Fine.
But yeah, AEW. So yeah, the Punk Kingston thing. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that, because that's going to be a fun fight.
Yeah, so the one of the things that I did read, Tony Khan was talking about the TNT TBS executives were like jazzed over like being able to work with Punk. Punk is going to be the face of that kind of thing.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, it baffles me that Punk is the man. Well, you got Bryan Danielson, but Bryan Danielson, I think he kind of lowers his stock because he works all the time.
Yes.
He's fighting everybody.
Yes, he's fighting so many different styles.
Right. And
which to me, he's doing what Roman Reigns has done.
Yeah.
Just much quicker.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Vastly quicker. So there was one thing that was kind of like, oh, this is going to be fun. Kenta.
Yeah.
Just won the IWGP US title.
Oh.
Come to find out, Kenta is now coming over to the States for a tour like Minoru Suzuki did.
Oh ho ho.
Cuts a promo after winning the title. I think it was he was in Japan. Perfect English. This time in the Fed was not totally wasted. So he goes, yeah, I just want to let you know I'm ready. I'm coming to put CM Punk asleep.
Oh, shit. Oh. Now, is that work or is there heat there?
Who can say?
Okay.
Who can say?
Okay.
Like,
only they know?
Only they know. It all depends on it's work in so much as they're going to be in the ring and making money together. Now, the amount of money they make and how often they make that money depends on how real they make this fight.
Okay.
So I know Kenta's ass was chapped that Punk stole the go to sleep, and everybody thought CM Punk made this move, and Kenta's going like, what? Hold on. So he's legitimately upset that his move was usurped by Punk.
Okay.
So that's where this circle, this beef is stemming from.
Okay.
Kenta wants recognition for his move.
Right.
And Punk is just like, whatever, dude. So
it's like at this point now, how ticked off is Laurinaitis now, because there's so many versions of the Cutters.
Okay, Laurinaitis wasn't the first person.
Okay, who was then? Because I thought that's where
pro wrestling history is hundreds of years old.
Okay,
so somebody somewhere grabbed a dude, dropped on his ass.
Okay, all
so
right.
To say that guy.
It just that's the way it always sounded like. It's like where he was the guy that everyone else had to ask permission or whatever.
Permission.
Okay.
Pro wrestling. This is like trying to ask somebody hey, can I use that hammerlock?
Okay. Is that there was a guy, he's got a weird name that he does, like, he has like so many different Quacking.
Oh, Mike Quackenbush.
Mike Quackenbush. Is that why he's got like 40 million finishers and they're all just copies of other people's finishers?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was Chris Canyon was an innovator of moves, like just coming up. Everything is a variation of something.
Okay.
So, like, why do a flip just to do DDT when you can just do a DDT?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. That's one of the arguments against modern wrestling. They're doing way too much stuff, and they're just like, you could just body slam a dude. That kind of thing. So,
MJF.
Yeah.
Did you hear what he said to Darby Allin?
Which time?
This on this past Dynamite. MJF cut a promo, just doing what MJF does, and it was gold dripping out of his mouth, and he finishes it by saying, "After I'm done beating you up, I'm going to beat you with a hammerlock or a headlock takeover."
Yeah. Simple.
And I got a feeling we're gonna see it.
Good.
I got a feeling we're gonna see it, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Well,
I think I like it because I'm becoming a fan of MJF.
Yeah.
Because he's just so good at being so slimy.
Absolutely. Well, we already know that a side headlock is a finisher. In an MMA match, I watched Carlos Newton tap out, who was it? Anyways, side headlock. Guy tapped out because it hurt so much. Side headlock is a finish. And people are like, oh, it's just a rest hold. Let me put you in a side headlock. It's deemed a rest hold because, one, the guy putting the headlock on the other guy is not making it look like it's a finish. Mm-hmm. Two, the guy taking the headlock is not making it look like it's the finish that it should be or could be considered. Psychology. See how that came back around?
Wow. So you know what? We're going to shift gears.
Okay.
Because you got a story to tell.
I do.
You do. Break out your pom-poms. I want to hear the story. Apparently, Mike was a cheerleader.
Once. Twice.
3 times a lady?
No. This was back in high school. The football team was off season. The basketball team was got invited to go play at the Pontiac Silverdome. Kind of like an exhibition game kind of thing.
Okay.
So it was basically like the warm up to the Pistons game.
Okay.
We were approached by the coach of the cheerleading squad and said, "Hey, we have some ideas. We want to know if you guys want to do it."
Okay.
And we're like, "What? We want you guys to come in and be cheerleaders, and we're going to go perform at the Pontiac Silverdome." And to a man, everyone, fuck yeah, that sounds like a great idea. So we worked out. It was almost like 3 or 4 times a week for a couple months leading up to this to get the routine right. Mm-hmm. And said we just practice. And we all hopped on a couple buses, went to the Pontiac Silverdome in Detroit, and we did our cheerleading routine, and got to sit around and watch the Pistons game afterwards.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so
I had a similar experience with the school band.
yeah.
Because we got invited to do the Calgary Stampede Parade.
Well, that's a little bit more prestigious than a Detroit Pistons game, but
So because we had when I started grade 9, I believe they were just starting to become a marching band again. They hadn't been for a while, I think. So they were starting to become a marching band, and we got invited to the Calgary Stampede Parade out of the blue, and so we flew out.
I would think, considering I've taken that bus trip, and it's a 3.5 day bus ride
Yeah.
from here to there. So,
Well, we worked a shit ton of bingos because we could work at bingo halls back then to earn money for the club. And holy fuck, the smoke. Yeah, how I don't have cancer, I don't know.
give it time. It's early. It's late onset. So,
So we flew out. We slept in a high school. We slept in like sleeping bags on mats on the floor.
sounds like like the Northern Death Tour from some of the wrestlers that I know used to do that.
And yeah, we performed in the Calgary Stampede Parade on national television, and we were supposed to perform field maneuvers.
Okay.
We had a few songs. "Living on a Prayer" by Bon Jovi was my favorite. But we were supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Well, there was another school band that had been invited, but for whatever reason, they arrived late and could not get into the parade.
Oh, that's their fault.
So they decided to bump us out
Well, that's some bullshit.
to put them in so that they didn't make the trip for nothing.
Well, they should have planned better. 7 Ps are in effect.
That's absolutely true, and that's why we were pissed off, especially when we went into the Calgary Stampede Parade. It's Calgary Saddle Dome, sorry,
Yep.
and watched the field competition inside the Saddle Dome,
Awesome.
enclosed, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that school that bumped us out, we would have definitely been better than them. We would not have won the competition.
Do you know what you do? You run down on the field, do a grandstand challenge. I challenge you a battle of the bands. Drumline.
That's the movie that blew up my list that I have to fix for tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I'll get it though. I'll figure it out because it's going to be pretty high. Where was I? Oh, Saddle Dome.
Saddle Dome. Yep.
So yeah, we were definitely placed better than them.
Yep.
Okay. Now the school that won would have absolutely destroyed us.
Okay.
Because there we are, we're watching them, and we're pretty high up in the bowl. And they started playing the 1812 or the William 12 overture.
William Tell the
1812 overture.
yeah, the one with the cannons.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which they had.
Nice. That's probably why they were like, "Hey, let us in and we'll shoot these guys with the cannons." And we're like,
Inside the Saddle Dome.
that's got to be loud.
About 50 feet away from us
Yeah,
to the right.
that'd be loud.
That we didn't see until they went off.
Well, then you heard them first.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Was it loud?
Yeah. Yeah. Because we didn't hear a thing after that.
Were they real cannons?
They sure sounded like it.
Oh, okay.
And smelt like it.
Were there holes in the Saddle Dome after?
No. They were fire and blanks.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Hey.
hey.
No. Oh, no.
Hey.
No, that we know that the current thing is not a blank. That's come out.
Okay. And just
That's come out. No, it was not a blank.
there's some things that need to be treaded lightly upon.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, that's why I found last night was interesting. SNL.
yeah.
They did a political thing like they do for the opening segment. They do every week.
Boring.
And they had one of the new cast members doing Donald Trump. So it's the first time I think they've had that. So that's it was interesting because it was Alec who Won an Emmy for it.
Well, Alec is probably going to be facing a few things that will take him out of that loop.
There is a lot of information coming out.
Well,
but who knows what the real story is? Because it's definitely getting into conspiracy theories.
It always breaks down to you never point a gun at anybody. Always treat any weapon like it's a live weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Never point it. Never put your finger on the trigger. Never. Just because.
Yep.
So now there was something I was reading on the AP Associated Press just before you came over. The Rock has now banned firearms from every movie that he's working on.
Okay.
So,
okay.
This really now limits the amount of work that The Rock is going to be able to.
Yeah.
Because he's an action star.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to be.
Now I have all the confidence in him that he'll be all right.
Right.
He's massively talented and all. Damn it.
What? He looks like he looks.
He looks like he looks, and he's incredibly talented, and I think he'll be okay.
I think he's going to be all right.
Yeah.
But this is such an overreaction.
Yes.
And
Yes,
it's virtue signaling at its greatest right now.
Yep.
Like, how many movie sets had firearms on them the day that Alec Baldwin?
Yeah, exactly.
And how many movie sets the day after?
Yeah.
And then. Now, to say that, well, I'm not going to allow guns on any of my movie sets anymore. Okay, you're one guy. I understand that The Rock is the biggest, highest paid action star.
Yep.
In movies, but he's not the only one.
He's not, and you're right. He's hamstringing his own career.
Right. So
yeah,
what he does from this point forward will be interesting to see, and I want to see how quickly he backpedals on that statement.
No, he's going to pivot careers.
He's going to pivot careers?
Yep.
What's he going to do?
Politics.
That was bandied around.
Mm-hmm.
And
apparently he has made questions.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I know.
It's
because just the thought of that really does take us just that one crucial step closer to idiocracy.
Yeah. Because
Mike Judge,
Terry Crews and The Rock,
exactly,
very similar,
very
in size and build, and
yes,
just. Where are the giant asteroids when we need them? That's all I'm asking. To the astronomers out there, please find one.
Yes. Dr. Tyson. Dr. Tyson, if you're listening, please reach out. We'd really like to know when we can expect, visitors or some other alien debris.
I think we'd be more likely to get smashed by something falling out of the sky.
Yeah,
that's not an alien. So
okay,
Dr. Tyson.
Why not? If you're gonna go big.
No, I agree. But it was just one of those the most ridiculous possibility. It was like, hey, Stephen Hawking's not doing anything right now. Well, that's
he plays a lot of words with friends, according to Big Bang Theory. So,
wow, okay.
He gets a lot of drunk phone calls from Sheldon.
Well, actually, speaking of Neil deGrasse Tyson, he made a cameo in the book that I just finished.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So it was, I finished Armada by Ernest Cline. He's the guy that did Ready Player One, Ready Player Two. So he's written 3 books.
Okay.
And this one had Degrasse, Tyson, Hawkins, a couple other famous real life astrophysicists, like scientists in it, making a cameo kind of thing.
Oh, yeah?
I was like, huh, that's cool. And then this comes up, but
Tyson is pinging your radar.
yes, Jason. Neil deGrasse Tyson was pinging my radar.
Here you go. 2 pings.
Well, what was that? Is it confirmation bias or echo chambers? Is that the like you keep talking about? You were talking about the coincidence of seeing like certain things keep popping up.
Yeah.
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 Is that the confirmation bias or is that
Maybe. I think so.
Is that what it is?
I think so. Yes, it is. It is confirmation bias. There we go.
There we go. Okay. That takes care of that.
Hey, I got a couple notes.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me.
Well, you're looking for that.
Okay.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Jason.
Did you know that this podcast can be found on all the social medias?
Social medias.
Yes, like email, the number 3, NOESPOD @gmail.com. We're also on Twitter. At the number 3, NOESPODCAST.
Very nice. And you can also find this podcast on just about every podcast platform out there, including Spotify, Google Play Store, and Apple Podcasts.
And Anchor FM. And I think we're on Carrier Pigeon.
Oh, absolutely.
And don't forget the Facebook page,
That's
the
right.
3 Nose Podcast.
That's right. Follow us there. See ya. Only been doing this for like 10 years. Hard to tell. Fuck.
Okay. I'm going to start with the one that I sent you a clip of. Animaniacs.
Oh,
So
I already sent my reply. I don't know where we're bringing this up.
Yeah, well, it's
Okay.
it's funny.
All right.
Animaniacs. If you're not aware, they brought Animaniacs back. Now they've done 7 episodes so far.
Okay.
These episodes were originally written 2 years ago.
Those jokes might be a little old.
Yes, and they acknowledge that right from the get-go. They let you know that, okay? that becomes a joke initially.
Yep.
Okay? So, as I'm watching this one, it was the Warners versus Nero, the Greek leader.
Yep.
But they're Nero. While he is Nero, everything he says and does was Trump. Everything. He was making it sound like Nero, that kind of sound, but it was all Trump quotes and Trump gags. Right down to at one point he's trying to have the Warners killed with tigers.
Okay.
And but Dot saves the day with a laser pointer.
Well, yeah.
Because they're just big kittens.
Yeah.
Then she points the laser pointer at Nero, and the tigers jump on Nero. So now you have Nero being attacked by the tigers in the typical cartoon cloud with the claw popping out, the head popping out, and all that. Mm-hmm. And Nero pops his head out and says, "Can somebody come grab this pussy?" And Wacko pops up. Good night, everybody.
Wow.
They made a pussy joke
On the Animaniacs.
on Animaniacs, 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning on YTV or Teletoon, one of those channels.
And every adult watching it with the kids spit their coffee out.
I almost guarantee you no adult was watching it.
Well,
Unless they're nerds like me.
no, there's still no adults watching it. Hey!
Hey! Oh!
Wait. Is this one? No, that's not it. Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. I can find it. I know I can find it.
Ha! Okay, where was I?
Animaniacs making a pussy joke at 9 o'clock in the morning. Teletoon.
Yeah. So my wake and bake Saturday morning cartoon thing. The Animaniacs was a nice thing because they have been putting out the new episodes regularly.
Yeah.
It's kind of sporadic. It's weird.
Oh, jeez.
They just pop up randomly. So I finished Ewoks, as I discussed. The second season I wasn't going to bother with. So here we go. That last week.
Yep.
I need to find a new show.
Is Ewoks, is that on Teletoon or is that on Disney?
I was on Disney Plus.
I couldn't find it.
It's there.
Okay, I'll have to look.
It's under Star Wars Vintage.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, they have different categories, and subcategories. There's a Star Wars Vintage. All right. That and droids are there.
Okay.
I tried to find like what Saturday morning cartoon, any streaming service or whatever, and there isn't anything specifically. There's recommendation for some, but they're kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I just started looking in cartoon stuff on Amazon on Prime.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I found one. Nico and the Sword of Light.
Nico and the Sword of Light.
Yes, it's only got the one season so far.
Okay.
And it is perfect. It is the perfect Saturday morning cartoon, like a new Saturday morning cartoon.
Is it new? Or?
It's new.
Oh, okay.
And it is so much fun and silly, but it's just that little bit different. I don't want to say mature because it's definitely all for kids, but it doesn't have the full on silly edge, but it kind of almost feels like a slightly more serious Teen Titans Go.
All right. Okay.
So it's like the middle ground between Teen Titans Go and Teen Titans. It's almost like that middle ground.
Okay. Is the animation, how's that?
Similar to Teen Titans Go.
Oh, okay.
A kind of similar look there.
Yeah.
The premise of it, and every episode is from here to there because they're on a trek or on a quest, right? So it's they start off in the Swamp of Sorrows and then they end up at the Bridge of Destiny. So something like that, right? And it does get a little bit darker at moments. Not super dark, not too dark.
Like, oh my God.
It does take a few little dips here and there. And I'm really digging it. But on the what episode here? Episode 4. There's some new creatures are introduced that I thought you'd get a kick out of. So they look like talking mounds of dirt with little grassy knolls and little trees sticking up, right? Right. No facial features other than they look like they have jack-o'-lantern faces, just black hole faces,
Yeah.
And they're all arguing amongst themselves in the exaggerated Scotsman's voice.
Okay. All right.
Arguing about the rules because they want to play Rockabye.
Rockabye?
Rockabye.
Nice. All right. I can get behind this.
So, so the main characters meet them at the beginning of the episode. And then as they go through this forest or whatever for the middle chunk of the episode.
But rugby was started in England, not Scotland.
That gets called out too.
Okay.
I believe something like that. There's some reference like that.
All right.
Because I think that's where the second part comes in. So the main characters leave them at the beginning of the episode, go through this forest or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Come out the other side. There's more of them.
Oh, the other team.
Talking. It's a different group. And they say they're the ones that started it or whatever. And they're arguing about the rules. And they say, well, why don't you go over there? Because they want to play. And she tries to hook the two teams up. But there's a reference that they started it or whatever. Yeah. So
okay, that's cool.
But they called it Rockabye. And they're like, that's cute.
You don't get a whole lot of rugby references.
Exactly.
Cartoons
I thought you might like that.
There is a TV show that's starting up that I'm super stoked about.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Season 4 of Yellowstone.
And I got a few people that I work with on Facebook and whatnot that are one girl was watching, going to do like a 4-hour marathon leading up to the premiere tonight.
Yeah, it was, Prime was teasing me because they put Yellowstone. I'm just like, oh, they've released it already.
Yeah, you hyped that show pretty good.
Oh, it is such a great show. Talking about cowboy shit, it all ties back.
Yes.
So
yeah, I gotta finish that.
what are we going to finish?
The AEW conversation, because I wanted to talk about.
Oh,
Hangman.
okay. All right,
But finish your Yellowstone.
No. We were left last season at season 3 before everything went to shit on a massive cliffhanger.
Okay.
And it's been like, well, what's going on? Like, can you finish your story?
So you're going to want to make sure you keep your eyes shut online, because it's it's happening probably as we speak.
9:00 premiere.
9:00. Okay.
9:00.
Okay.
So when I go to process this,
Okay.
I'll be watching.
So in other words,
No rush. But it was like that show is just like, oh, this is so good.
isn't it nice to have a little bit of destination TV again?
It is.
You know,
It
I look
actually
forward
is.
to Foundation every week.
Yeah.
Like,
I like during my convalescence, Ted Lasso was my go-to, and
we still have 2 episodes.
really,
2 episodes.
Oh
We
my
can't
God.
get the timing for Tally to come over. I know.
Come on, boy.
I know.
but the I kind of pooched myself with Ted Lasso because I burned through it so fast, and I was missing details and stuff like this. But
I honestly, this could be Ted Lasso could be a rare one. Well, not super rare, because when I think like Big Bang Theory, I rewatch that all the time.
Yeah.
You know, but Ted Lasso is one I'll probably go back
Yeah,
to
but
like quickly.
Big Bang Theory's on all the time though, so
I know.
you can't not find.
But streaming services are on all the time too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But it's I feel like this Ted Lasso is one I'm going to revisit. Like, I don't revisit too many shows all that often. I want to, but I feel like I'm missing out on other shows.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, I kind of had this conversation with Mags earlier today about like I'm because I'm no longer wrestling and I'm not in that world anymore. I'm trying to figure out how to fill that void. And I'm going like, well, I could watch TV. I could like start watching shows and stuff like that. But I find that I get frustrated, and
you want to create. You want to be building, making something.
I think that is it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not in a good spot trying to deal with that right now.
Mm-hmm.
I am happy with the fact that I'm reading more. That is
I got to get through my shit. I really need to get through my shit. And
but
I'm making small steps. Again, I'm starting to make small steps.
You've already started, especially with the fasting.
Yes.
So
I'll be doing that again tomorrow. So starting at 6 p.m. tomorrow.
There you go. Perfect.
So that's my plan.
See, you're doing it.
Yep.
Now, I'm sure Lupa is probably going to go fucking right, and just like for me to like start writing, and I'm just like, I'm not feeling that creative.
Amen.
That creative process anymore, and I'm just like, oh, this is bad. It's a void that I don't know how to fill, and
the one thing that I feel like I want to push for, and that takes me in that realm, is D&D.
yeah.
You know, I'm starting to look and research on what the best way to go about getting minis.
Oh, that's easy.
Well, yeah, like Amazon, I found some nice little kits that have like here's enough basic monsters that'll get me through. If you're you could get like a 3D printer, like a cheap 3D printer, and you can start banging out minis because there's there's people around here that do that.
Yeah.
Like that's where I got my little canister that I keep my cannons
So You could probably go to GME and ask around, and there's probably some of the nerds there.
Chris hasn't mentioned it. I was just there yesterday talking to him about minis and whatnot.
Well, no, because he wants you to buy the stuff that he's got on his shelf.
That's true. That's
so,
true. Yeah. Yeah, there was no one there.
Right.
Yeah, when I was there. So
there's
a guy.
There's people out there that are making them. So, but I get. There was the latest episode of Critical Role.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching it. One of the sponsors is putting out a Tarrasque Mini.
Oh shit,
dude! No word of a lie. It's this big. I'm holding my hand.
That's got to be 18 inches.
18 inches wide and tall.
Holy shit.
It took Sam Riegel 2 hands to pick this mini up.
Holy fuck.
It's a Tarrasque. Matt Mercer almost crawled over the desk to get his hands on that mini.
Fuck, Matt Mercer has his own fucking mini.
I know.
I want that.
Yeah, it's great. And
I want that, and any evil sorcerer type villain that I would use, that would be them.
Yeah. I fucked up today.
Yeah.
Speaking on the D&D front.
Yeah.
I was going through my D&D Beyond, and I was cleaning out some of my tunes.
Okay.
And I deleted the one that I made last night.
Oh, shit. Oops.
Oops. So I made a new one. And then Parker goes, well, this might be coming up, so this might be interesting for you to come in at this point. So I made another. So the one that I made to cover up the oops, I made a halfling rogue soul knife.
Oh.
So I'm looking at this and going, oh, this is interesting.
That's okay. Yes, the psychic knife thing.
Yep. So he makes he can speak telepathically to 3 people for up to 8 hours.
Oh wow.
2-way conversations. Well, you can link between 3 other people.
Okay.
And everybody can talk to everybody.
Damn.
Freely. But the psychic knife thing, really wild. So
I remember the D&D 3.5 edition version of a soul knife was pretty interesting. I didn't play one, but Tom did, and I played Psychic Warrior.
Okay.
So Tom and I were playing Sisters, and so so I got to see what that version did, and from what I read, because I haven't looked at it too closely, it hasn't changed a whole lot.
No, I think they kept the mechanics relatively similar.
Yeah,
so
somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm with you with wanting to lean into better D&D.
The role play aspect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I said I kind of dipped my toe into it with Kill Off before I fucking deleted him. But I have an idea of how I want to make this guy, his backstory.
Okay.
So his name is Garrett Underbow.
Ah.
So,
well, I'm really, really proud of the Minotaur Sorcerer that I made. Wellington Porterhouse.
There you go.
And I've already got the basics of his backstory. He was raised in the Witchlight Carnival.
He's from the Feywild. Oh, boy.
But he's a Minotaur sorcerer.
It makes perfect sense. Yeah.
It's like a Tauren wizard in World of Warcraft.
Yeah. Yeah. So the other character that I made is why won't that go on? Anyways.
Wrong lid.
Wrong way. Here we go.
Wrong lid.
No. How'd I get on there then? A high elf wild magic sorcerer.
the wild magic sorcerer thing is what, because that's what my Minotaur is.
Yeah.
That just looks like fun.
It's like one of the ones I quickly went through the wild magic list. Like if you roll, is it
like you're rolling 100, right?
Yeah, you're rolling on 100. I think like one of the ones that really stood out is like, if you roll a 6, 7, or an 8 or something like that, you cast a 3rd level fireball spell centered on you.
Yes.
That's bad.
Yeah. That's basically you just exploding.
Pretty much. So I'm kind of torn on who I want to bring in next, because the wild magic sorcerer has got that level of WTF.
Yeah. That's where coming in when you're coming with a new character and it's already leveled.
Yeah.
That really changes the perspective when you're looking at them, because you got to look at a lot more now.
Yeah.
You're not just looking at where it's going to go. You can already do a fuck of a lot.
Where did it come from? What's it got? Who's it know? That kind of thing.
Kind of how I like that I've, even though Arcane came in, I think at 5th level.
Yeah.
5th or 6th. So, and just turned 8th. So I've got to do a little bit of that and, choose where I'm going with him. So
the last surviving member.
And he's just the oldest surviving member.
Yeah.
That's the rank. I'm the oldest surviving member. And now I'm the de facto leader.
Well, it happens. Brent sent me a message. He goes, I'm the only frontline guy now.
Yeah.
I go, well, look like the spotlight's on you, champ. Don't fuck up on tanking.
I'm already starting to come up with like ideas on how to take out the those frost giant skeletons that had the anchors in that room that we just poked in, and then nope. Yeah, I've already started formulating a plan there.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to Carter today, and he was talking about what he rolled up. Mm-hmm. Drake Warden.
Yeah, we got 2 Drake Wardens.
2 Drake Wardens. And Carter was saying both of him and his Drake have like an AC of 17. So
holy shit.
They're going to be frontline as well.
Cool.
So I'm just going to be over here.
Uh-huh.
So I that's why I want to bring in my halfling, because my halfling can hide in dim light.
Still, it's Soul Knife, does that still follow like the sneak attack?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I get sneak attack, I get all that other fun rogue stuff.
Okay.
On top of being able to direct traffic telepathically.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know. I don't know what my DM wants to...
yeah.
Speaking of Critical Role, this episode 3 that just came out last week, was fucking amazing. I really do want to watch or listen. Like I do. I don't think I'm gonna give it the focus. Yeah.
That in order to truly enjoy it.
Yeah. I got you.
Why I don't listen to podcasts?
Yeah.
I know I'm not going to. I'm just not going to be giving them the proper attention.
Yeah, I got you. But the first like half of that show was just a freaking riot.
Yeah.
So funny. The funniest part was Marish Ray's character, Laudna, is a hollow one.
Okay.
Warlock sorcerer. And she's doing the creepy girl thing.
Oh boy.
And she cast message to Liam's character, Orm, who is hidden in a warehouse, locked in, pitch black. And she goes something to the effect of like, Orm, was how she started her message. And Liam's character, like Liam acted out how his character would freak the fuck out because of this just came through. And as she's doing this, everybody else around the table is doing whispers and making noises. Like, as she's sending the message, people are echoing what she's saying in different voices and in different pitches and stuff like this. So it makes it sound like her thoughts are haunted, and it's coming across when she sends somebody a telepathic message.
They're fucking doing live theater.
They are.
That's set, man.
Yeah.
That is complete live theater now.
Yep. Robbie Damon, he's a new guy at the table, is fucking killing it.
Yeah.
He brings such a great energy to.
I think I saw him in the that behind the scenes thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so good. It's so good. And then the very end of this thing, it was just like, all I remember, okay, show comes out on Thursday. I'm getting ready to go to work. Parker comes up. He goes, "Did you watch that episode yet?" I go, "No." He goes, "Watch the episode." So, okay. And after watching this, I just like, yeah. Because what happened at the end of this sets up so much. And they put so much effort into this, building this new set. They have special effects that happen in studio to enhance the RP.
Okay.
One of the characters was having an apocalyptic dream. Matt hit something, a keypad over here. All of a sudden, the lights in the studio dim to like a blood red and start swirling like around everybody's like, what the fuck? And it created such another level for this game. For the people watching this, it's just like, what am I watching? This is amazing. And to me, when they said, "Oh yeah, Critical Role makes $10 million off of Twitch," I'm going, it's not enough. It's not enough.
Is it true that this is their last one?
No.
Okay, because I thought I heard recently that this is going to be their last one.
No.
Okay.
It is such a juggernaut, and
now they're making that sweet Amazon money.
yes, yeah. Well, that money came from their Kickstarter.
Okay.
Amazon didn't pay for that. Kickstarter did.
Okay.
So the whole idea was they're going to do a Kickstarter to make a one-shot of the Vox Machina. And they wanted to raise, I think it was only like $70,000, $80,000 to make this one shot. They made $12 million
Holy shit.
off the Kickstarter.
Holy shit.
There's video clips of them like Mercer and Willingham and Marisha. They're sitting on a couch and they're like dumbfounded as these numbers are coming in. They're going like, seriously, people? Seriously?
They really like the idea.
It was like 11 or 12 million dollars that the Critical Role team, like, their Kickstarter broke records on Kickstarter. And
Did it beat the Exploding Kittens?
I don't know. Exploding Kittens
I
was
believe
pretty
Exploding
massive.
Kittens was the record holder,
Yeah.
I believe.
for a game. So they might have caught like,
Or maybe by
"Hey."
category, yeah.
Yeah. So they like Exploding Kittens might have it overall, but in the category of what Critical Role does, there's like nobody can touch them. And that's coming out soon.
February.
Yep. But
before that,
you
want that little bit of that animated, fantasy, that kind of groove?
Yeah.
We got part 2 of Masters in the Universe Revelations.
Very soon, isn't it?
Like a week away.
That's right.
Week and a half.
Yep.
It's coming.
Fucking right.
Fucking
Beta Boys loving all over the...
I can't wait.
Yeah.
That's going to be my Saturday morning cartoon.
For 6 episodes.
I will watch all of them.
There you go.
I will binge watch that. I don't give a shit. I'm binge watching that.
Yeah, I definitely going to be watching that one again, or finishing off that series. Parker was telling me about a series that started on Netflix called Arcane. It's got something to do with League of Legends.
Oh, yes, I did. I just saw something for that recently. And I like, ooh, League of Legends? Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I started watching the first episode. I got about halfway through it. And I like the anime style. I don't know the backstory. It's like me trying to watch The Witcher. I'm just like, oh, this is a mighty fine series. And it's just like, oh, okay.
I haven't watched Witcher yet either.
Ah, dude, you would love it. You would really love it.
I'm sure I probably will. I just haven't gotten to it. And then this morning I decided randomly, well, not quite randomly, again, pinging my radar, I started watching the first episode of Succession, this HBO show that's been blowing up for the last year or so.
Yeah.
I've only got about 15 minutes in, and then Crystal came out and the day started and never got back.
Okay.
So, but that 15 minutes I watched was surprising.
Yeah.
And I think it's enough. I will go back. I will continue.
Okay.
It's about a dysfunctional rich family that like own like a multimedia company.
Oh, pardon the interruption. Or Arrested Development.
Kind of, sort of.
Comedy?
It is a comedy.
Oh, okay.
I think it's more dramedy, but there's definitely comedy.
Okay.
But it's not like slapsticky.
Okay.
And it's
that definitely takes out the
Ollie's not so far, but it did open with something interesting. And this is the show that Brian Cox is getting a lot of buzz for. He won Emmys for, and
Buzzcocks.
No,
there's a band called Buzzcocks.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. The first thing we see in this is, well, it takes a few seconds, and then you realize it's Brian Cox stumbling in the middle of the night, and he's groaning, and he's stumbling like he's trying to get to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then he's pissing, and he's not in the bathroom. He's pissing in the hallway.
Oh, boy.
This woman comes out and asks him if he's okay. He's like, where am I? Whatever. And then he goes back to bed.
Oh. All right.
So that was the first thing we see. And I'm like, I don't know how to take this. So yeah, I'm only 15 minutes in. I need to get deeper in to get the full feel of it.
Yeah.
But Kieran Culkin is on that show.
Oh, okay.
And he hosted SNL last night.
Ah.
So, and which he said he had been on that stage 30 years prior.
Kieran Culkin was on that? Really?
Kieran Culkin was there when Macaulay hosted.
Oh, okay.
Kieran was in a couple sketches.
How old was he at that point?
10.
Oh, wow.
So he got to be now the host 30 years later.
Not too many people can make that claim.
No.
Wow. Okay.
And I had no idea he was even on Succession, but I've got to see him briefly so far, and I'm liking it.
Cool.
I'm liking it. So
cool. All right. No,
there's so many shows out right now.
Here's that. Like I said, I'm with you with that, but my brain is just not wired anymore for that.
I'm wired too much for it at this point, and it's a problem.
Yeah.
I have a lot of problems. I know this. I'm just having trouble trying to do anything about them so far. So
you divide and conquer.
Yeah. Well, I'm again one step at a time. The fasting thing, I want to get another week of that before I try and push anything else. Just to make sure that I'm comfortable, because that second day, the Friday, that got a little rough.
Yeah.
And then
it happened.
We decided to go for a special dinner all the way to London to the Works. And we had detour and all, we ended up adding like 45 minutes more to the drive. So I ended up having my fast ended up being 25 and a half hours.
Nice.
On a 24-hour fast.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
It was getting rough.
Yeah. It's you will, once you do it a few more times, you'll get used to that feeling.
I will say I feel better during it than I really expected.
Yeah.
And I'm learning that it changes my body.
Yes.
Because I was fine eating that burger after the fast, but then I decided to get ice cream like an hour and a half later.
Yeah.
And that ruined me.
Do you know why? Because you're pushing all that sugar back into your system.
I know. I knew I shouldn't have done it. The burger was far enough.
Yeah.
And was it the skater boy from the works? Fuck yes, that fucking.
Well, see that the burger there was nothing wrong. Because you texted me, I was like, "Is it wrong to be breaking?"
I posted
this
on
fast?
Facebook. It's like this is one of those moments that feels oh so wrong, but it's oh so right.
Absolutely not. That's actually probably one of the better. Like some of the things. One of the guys I was following when I was fasting, he would fast for 2-3 days in a row. Then he would go to McDonald's and get like 2 double quarter pounders and eat those because it's all kinds of fat and all kinds of protein, and he would throw the buns away. So he would get very like minimal carbs out of it, but he's getting the fat and the protein. That's the major thing. So he's not adding a whole lot of sugar back into his system. You crashed yourself hard.
Yeah.
By doing that.
And it's been lasting too. So I learned a lesson. Yeah. I'm learning lessons, and it's lessons that I'm hope. Well, Crystal, she pulled out the Christmas tree and all that.
I saw that.
We're there.
Yep.
So she had to rearrange things a little bit and whatnot, and she decided to clean up a lot of the snack table that we have. Got rid of stuff that hasn't been touched in a while. Opened bags of chips that haven't been gone back to and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So cleaned out a little bit of stuff there, and found some granola bars that I bought myself. That I was looking for. I thought I'd already ate them or something.
Yep.
So I bought another box at Costco. Fiber One box.
So you got like a bushel.
And then she found the second one. So I have 2 boxes unopened of these Fiber One bars. So I got like 60 of these Fiber One bars.
Keep you busy for a while.
Yeah, but I really like them. And they're not as horribly bad for me as other junk.
Well,
so can't help the candy dishes though.
No, see, it's just a matter of
the stand underneath our TV.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Looks like the toppings buffet at an ice cream bar. Skittles, gummies, wine gums, cola bottles, those hard silver things. Even we got some wrapped candies going on, some Lindor chocolates in there somewhere. It's got like 8 dishes on that stand. Yeah. And she says to me yesterday, because she goes, "Oh, if we're going to have the family Christmas thing, I've got to put my dishes away."
Get out of my stash.
No, it's just the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Eden broke one of her lids.
Oh, no. Has she been banned?
No, but she learned an important lesson, and she knew right away that it was not good. And Crystal was crying. Crystal's gotten really attached to these things very quickly. This is her thing.
That's her thing.
Here's the really weird thing. She found the match.
Really?
She found the exact same candy dish somewhere randomly.
In Chatham?
Yes.
So she gave the bowl to Eden a break?
I don't know what she did with the bowl. I think it's still kicking around somewhere because she's not going to give up the bowl. The bowl still looks nice. But she's got one with the lid again.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Put up high so the children can't get to them.
No, we don't have too many high spots, though.
You have to put a shelf up.
See, I already put one floating shelf up. It's got all my Funko Pops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 4 more Funko Pops coming.
Oh, that's right, you do.
I have no more shelf space. So I bought another floating shelf, and now we're just trying to figure out where I'm putting this one. I think I'm gonna take one of her pictures down and put it like over by my computer desk area. So
there you go.
And that's where the Letterkenny crew will go.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yes.
So awesome.
Yeah, I keep saying I don't want to build a collection of Funko Pops, but yet I keep building a collection of Funko Pops. I know you only got the one.
I still got the one.
Yep, yeah, I see him down there. I see him.
Yep. So just the one. That's it. Got other collections.
I considered a Lemmy Killmeister for you once.
Ooh, that would be a good one. I actually just watched the video. It was an animated video, the 30th anniversary of the music video for Hellraiser.
Okay.
Lemmy and Ozzy.
You shared that on Facebook, didn't you?
Did I? No.
That showed up somewhere.
Somebody might have. I don't think I shared
okay,
it.
Somebody popped that up somewhere.
Yeah, so it was just like, yeah, that's cute. So,
how familiar are you with Gwar?
I know of Gwar. I'm not an aficionado, or
is it? Do you know if it's true? Did they make a movie, like an Alice in Wonderland trip?
I don't know. To the Google machine.
I feel like I've tried looking it up and I couldn't get a clear answer or something.
It's probably because it's Gwar.
Maybe. They seem pretty weird.
Yeah.
I only know very minimal about them. At the Empire Records thing, and I think I saw them on like Jerry Springer or something once.
Yes. Gwar movie. They did.
Okay.
Gwar, Phallus in Wonderland.
Phallus in Wonderland.
1992.
92.
Yep.
Okay.
IMDb. I'm going to go with the rating.
Boy.
Gwar, Phallus in Wonderland. Cast Gwar as themselves.
Of course.
Breaking down who's in the cast. Anybody else we know? No. All right. I got to find a rating.
I'm not surprised.
Holy shit.
What?
Out of 10 stars.
Uh-huh.
Gwar. Phallus in Wonderland. I'm going to keep saying Phallus in Wonderland because it's
fun to say.
It's fun to say.
Phallus in Wonderland.
Yep. Gwar. Phallus in Wonderland. 1992. Not rated. 7.3 stars out of 10.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Fuck, I got to find that movie.
Revolting heavy metal and the scum dogs of the universe, Gwar, are about to be wiped off the face of the earth by Edna Grambo, an old hag who cannot stand Gwar and wants them eliminated.
Sounds like the old lady from Surf Nazis Must Die.
Yes. Where did it go? And
same lady.
Probably. She has assembled the morality squad to accomplish her task. Their first mission is to steal Gwar lead singer Odorous Urungus's Cuttlefish of Cthulhu. When that is complete, they attempt to create Tiny, a super mutant beast whose only point in life is to eliminate Gwar. With their backs against the wall, Gwar and their manager, Sleazy P. Martini, that's fucking awesome, begin an all-out war against Edna Grambo and her morality squad. The video version of Gwar's 1992 album, America Must Be Destroyed.
I want to see this.
I do too.
Out of sheer morbid curiosity, I want to see this.
Yep. It exists. It's out there.
Okay, I need to find it.
Yep.
Wow.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
It is a thing.
It is a thing.
I've always heard like an urban legend. No, it's real.
It's real.
Speaking of seeing things,
Yeah.
we're going to see a movie next week.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
And it just so happens I happen to be in the right combination of shifts to make both those movies happen.
Nice.
So
The second one,
Landon
will be joining us.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I felt so shitty that I forgot to look at the rating, and for some reason I always felt The Crow was like only like PG or whatever, because there's not that bad, but I guess probably the heroin,
there's violence.
Yeah, but the violence I think isn't that. It's not like it's gory,
not over the top.
The hand thing maybe.
intensity. Like
Maybe.
when it came out, that's what it was rated.
Like it is
So,
technically considered a horror, I guess.
baffles me. I don't understand how that gets saddled with a horror label, but
Unless it's because technically he's a zombie.
Revenant. He's a revenant.
Maybe that immediately puts it into.
But that doesn't make any sense.
Anything that's a revenant, zombie, whatever in that category immediately gets the horror tag.
Walking Dead? Well,
Is a horror show. It says horror on the description.
okay.
Yeah.
San Clemente diet? Santa Clarita diet?
Probably horror comedy. Might have
More of a comedy.
dark comedy at least.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, so Lanny can't go to the Crow, but I do have the tickets, so we're good to go.
Nice.
Now we just figure out the transportation. And Brent,
Me.
you got transportation?
I got the drive.
You got transpo?
I got transpo.
Okay. Then it's just Brent scheduling because he's done work at 3. I think he said on Fridays.
Okay.
So
Show doesn't start until
9:30. So we got lots of time.
Yeah.
But he needs time to primp himself.
Put his face on.
Exactly.
Pretty himself up.
Yes.
I
looking forward to it.
gotta find my black trench coat and get all angsty goth on everybody. So
I'm just going for the show. And
I'm just hoping that it's not a fucking crowd participation like the Conan when we went to go see Conan.
Oh,
The kids were just like, "Shut the fuck up and watch the fucking movie."
yeah.
So
Hope not.
hope not. What do you think? How many tickets do you think that's going to sell?
There is a way to find out.
Yeah.
Yes, because their website
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
tells you.
Yeah, they had 400 seats in that
I
theater?
think so. Yeah, and I didn't even look to see when I looked at it the other day. It was only at $394. So
That's the regular. Yeah, that's the regular amount of seats there. So I think we're going to be all right.
where'd it go?
But
I'll find it here.
going to see Enter the Dragon,
Yeah,
that's
going
gonna be awesome.
That's going to be a great, and it's a 35 millimeter.
beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
It's the way it's meant to be seen.
Yes.
Yep.
I've watched that show so many times on TV just to be able to get the full big screen effect.
Other than multiple times as a kid, but don't remember a lot of it from that era. In my older and adult years, I've watched it maybe 3 times.
Enter the Dragon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I acknowledge it is great. It's just not, I don't go back to it all that often.
Yeah. Game of Death is probably.
I have not watched any others.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude.
Game of Dragon, I think, is the only one I've ever watched.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar makes a great appearance in Game of Death.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would dig that one. There's a few tropes, like kung fu movie tropes, come out of Game of Death.
Okay.
So, like, even Zach Wilde did a spoof of that with his Overlord video.
Okay.
So he had Shirley Williams do. She was the main boss at the end of the music video. Shirley Feeney from.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
The Laverne and Shirley show.
Yeah. I was Williams. What?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Interesting pull.
It is, and it's funny, and just like, oh, all right, look at that.
I'm almost there. Here we go.
People once believed.
What are you doing? Don't do that.
What are you
Go
doing?
away.
What are you doing over there?
I'm trying. There. Here we go. 387 seats available.
Oh, okay.
So they have not pre-sold too many tickets yet.
No. I think we might be okay.
Yes,
Yeah, Crow.
but they're not assigned seats.
No.
So good seats. We want to be there early.
Yeah, first come, first serve.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I remember.
But there's not too many bad seats in that place. So
There's like we've sat in the back during those Jaws screenings.
Yes.
And they were perfectly fine.
the only one we were up front for was Tusk.
Yes, because we got there a little bit late.
Yes.
And it was like, oh, damn it. But yeah, the Highland Theater is my idea of a perfect old school.
Yes. It's a nice art house theater, and that's exactly what it is. They get those art house stuff. It's nice to know that there is one close enough. I don't go to it enough.
No.
And I should for certain films. There's one coming out that
for the longest time we weren't allowed to.
That's true. That is true.
So now that it's kind of opening back up, you can scratch that itch a little bit more.
Are you familiar with the work of Wes Anderson?
Yes.
His new one, The French Dispatch.
Unfamiliar with that one.
It's coming out. It's just coming out. And I know it's going to be at the Highland Cinema.
There you go.
I highly doubt Chad will see it.
No.
Well, Cultural or the Capitol Theater, possibly.
They, if anything brings it in, it'll be the film club.
Yeah, those jerks.
Yeah.
That make no sense. That makes no sense.
No.
None whatsoever.
But, you know, what are you going to do? Do you know what you're going to do? Kick him in the taint with a cold boot.
Game over, man. It's game over.
This has been the Three Nose Podcast. Thank you for listening.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.
Y'all come back now. Here.